Well, there we go. Full time at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal 1, Newcastle 0. We did at least get the win. We are, as things stand, back in the top 4 with Burnley hot on our tails. I think it was essential that we got the 3 points today. Newcastle are in terrible form, and we dropped a few points on the road. I think we failed to win for 3 league games on the spin. So we needed that 3 points, but we made it hard for ourselves, particularly in that second half. I mean, the last 10 minutes, it really felt like we were hanging on at times, and there were some real moments of madness. I mean, Granit Xhaka just gave the ball away so carelessly at times. For such a gifted player, he has moments where he just seems absolutely brain dead. I mean, he does lack something, I think, in terms of game intelligence or decision-making or awareness. For all his ability to play a 60-yard pass across the pitch, he can just let his man run past him or give the ball to the opposition far too frequently for my liking, particularly in those pressurised scenarios. So we didn't make it easy for ourselves. Arsenal went with a back 4 again. Ainsley Maitland-Niles again played at left back, and I thought did very well. Interesting trying to work out what's going on there. I know Kolasinac had maybe been carrying a knock, but bear in mind that Monreal's available too. It does feel like he really wants to give Maitland-Niles an opportunity there. And when I think about the differences between Maitland-Niles and Kolasinac, I think Kolasinac, we've spoken on the Arscast several times about his passing numbers not being particularly good. The percentages aren't great. He's an impact player at times, particularly in the final third, but maybe he's a bit less steady, whereas Maitland-Niles, seeing him at left back, he looks very technically assured. Left foot, right foot, keeps the ball, doesn't really give it away, and is quite a cohesive part of our team play. So I do wonder if maybe there is more to it than just Kolasinac carrying a bit of an injury. The back 4, is that here to stay now? I mean, that's 2 games in a row we've seen it. What was most interesting to me was what we did with the midfield 3. I didn't see the whole of the West Ham game, so I can't really comment on if it was the same, but it was Wilshere, Xhaka and Ozil in there, and what I found fascinating is that Mesut Ozil was not the most advanced of that trio. In fact, more often than not, he was deep alongside Granit Xhaka, pulling the strings, kind of a Santi Cazorla role, really. Maybe Arsene just looking to replicate what Cazorla brought to the side, the flexibility, the ability to go in both directions, the ability to play passes between the lines. Ozil performed that role today, and I thought for the most part did very well. You know, he's never going to be a physical guy in there, but he found space, he found his teammates with his passing, he did break forward, and of course scored the winning goal. But generally, he was inside his own half, taking the ball off the centre-backs, keeping things ticking over, keeping things moving. Will we see more of that over the coming weeks? He is in terrific form, Ozil, but talk of Manchester United, be that in January or next summer, will not go away. So hard to know if he's playing for a new contract or playing for a move. But what a piece of brilliance it was to win the game. The ball was up in the air and he volleyed, sent it crashing back into the far top corner. The volley is spectacular, the technique is outstanding, but I think when you watch it again, it's probably little more Saturn's elves there in the Arsenal media room. It's worth watching the way that Ozil sets himself. When the ball's looping in the air, I think Alexis is challenging for it in the box, and he interprets that Alexis is not going to get there and that the defender's going to head it in the precise direction he does. He's literally 3 steps ahead of everybody else. He moves to exactly where the ball's going to land so that he can just watch it and execute the volley. Of course, he executes it brilliantly. But the intelligence, the awareness to see it coming, I thought was outstanding. What else to say about the game? The manager's decisions didn't go down too well in the crowd. The substitution of Lacazette was widely booed, but I thought it was justified on this occasion. He missed several very good chances, one with a chip where he would have been better going across the goalkeeper. Another time he fired over the bar from a similar angle, actually. He'd had the odd moment of good link-up play, nice touches in around the box, but he wasn't having a great game. And I thought it was fair enough to bring him off. So yeah, I understand the frustration. There have certainly been games where I didn't think it was the right call. This wasn't one of those. Just a final note, I tweeted during the game about Hector Bellerin, about his performance not quite being up to scratch, and there are very mixed opinions on Bellerin at the moment. I do think that he's doing a lot of the right things, but his touch, his passing, it's not quite there. I think he's got very good instincts, but his execution at the moment is poor. I wish we could give him a rest. I wish he had some competition. Maybe Maitland-Niles could get a go at right back. He's done so well at left back. Maybe he could play at right back in the 4 and give Bellerin a rest at some stage. There we go, 3 points at least. But, yeah, we made it more difficult than it needed to be. Okay, I'll leave it there.